There we go. Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of Orange County. We're always happy to welcome those that are watching us on YouTube. So hopefully you'll enjoy the day as we do. And we start our service by affirming prayer for our church, our vision, and our mission statement. So all together, the prayer for our church: God is our strength, our substance, our source, and our supply. We open our minds to divine ideas, and we are grateful for the flow of good in our ministry. And our vision statement: we are love, honoring the divine in all. Mission statement is: we awaken, inspire, and transform lives through loving kindness, education, and service. And of course, we want to thank all the people that make this service possible. We have the wonderful Jennifer Hart today, and John Harnick's on camera. Waverly is streaming. Aaron Hardy's on audio. Our greeters today are Carol and David. Also, hospitality will be Ellen and Rosemary. Our trustee is Rosemary. And our chaplain today is Howard. Stand up, Howard. It's always good to know who it is. And he's out in the lobby for anyone that wants some private prayer. And now I'd like to welcome back Rev Allison soon. But first, I want to tell you what she's going to say. How deep is your well? How much am I able to receive? As much as you believe is a quote from James Paul. This week we will explore how deep our well of faith is and how when we fully embrace the divine, we will have an abundance enough to spill over and bless others. I have a few announcements. Ellen is here with her wonderful clipboard. So, Ellen, if you want to let us know what you need. Great. Okay, we'll try to fill that up very fast. So today the men's group is going to meet at 11:30 in the music room. And see George right there. And if you have any questions. Also, we need you to save some dates. Town hall meeting is June 28th. Our annual summer picnic is July 26th. But there's going to be more information. And it's really a lot of fun. Choir practice will begin June 14th, and we'll sing on July 5th. So any of you singers out there who do not have to be great, because the great ones support the ones that aren't. So, but it works out. It always works out. So we'll have 3 rehearsals, and then we'll have July 5th as our performance. And Bill will be here to lead that. We also have a meet and greet, 1 minute. Jennifer, 1 minute, Jennifer, to invite back and sing the congregation's song. So this is our time to meet and greet each other.
Christ has come, 'cause we are one.
Welcome. Allison.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I stole somebody's name tag during the meet and greet. Well, I'll just be two people for now. Alice and Fran. All right, so we're going to take a moment. We're going to light the Christ candle. And we do this because we want to honor the place that is within us in which the Christ light burns brightly in all opportunities and in all days. And as that light just starts to reflect out into this universe and into this room, let's take a moment and bless the prayers that have been brought forth in the prayer box. And we know that all prayers are answered in the asking, and that the divine is already working on every solution to everything that has been brought forth. And we know that divine providence will step in and take flight as we allow this process. So we say thank you, God, and we let it go. And now we'll prepare for our daily word. Thank you, Jennifer. And because we're a woman of certain age now, we're going to put on our spectacles, just to be sure we can see what we're doing. All right, the daily word for June 7th, 2026, prayer. Today we affirm, prayer flows throughout my life. Let's say that together. Prayer flows throughout my life. Just as my body needs water to stay healthy, my soul draws strength from living water, the ever-flowing presence of Spirit within as me. As I drink from this well, I am refreshed and ready to meet each moment prayerfully. Fortified by divine love, prayer flows naturally. When challenges or opportunities arrive, I turn inward. When I start or complete a task, I pause to express gratitude. When I meet someone in need or I am helped by another, I hold them in thoughts, in light, and love. Whether I pray aloud or pray silently, the prayerful energy arising from within me is a blessing. I open myself to Spirit's presence, and my prayer practice deepens. Prayer flows naturally as breath itself, an inspired rhythm of life, sustained by living water that never runs dry. And our scripture this morning is Ephesians 6, chapter 18. Pray in the Spirit at all times, in every prayer and supplication. So interestingly, I love how the divine works, because there was the line here that said, as I drink from this well. When you hear my talk, you'll go, oh, the divine is at work always in play. So, and now I invite you to prepare for our meditation. If you're comfortable doing so, put your feet on the floor, relax, and just begin to be aware of your breath. Again, if you're comfortable, close your eyes or just allow them to be more soft so that you can take in these words. And drinking in that energy that is God, we breathe deeply and feel our bodies relax and become still. As we quiet our minds and open our hearts, we affirm that God is the one presence and one power active in our lives and in the universe, guiding us every step of our way. United in hearts and minds, we gently move into this sacred time of quiet meditation. As I turn my attention inward, I realize the divine is at the core of my being, and I am filled with peace. Peace is not something I must seek or achieve. It is an inner knowing that God is always here to soothe and support me in mind, body, and spirit. Centered in this knowing, I realize my connection with the One, and I experience lasting peace. I focus on this and am peaceful in this moment. Affirming the radiant light and wisdom within me, I allow divine guidance to light my way. I release the need to find the right answer and trust that it will be revealed when it needs to be revealed. As I tune into the still small voice within, my way is made clear. My faith and confidence grow as I rely on the guidance in this moment. As a living expression of God, I embrace wholeness as my birthright. Quieting my mind and opening my heart, I allow the life and love to flow through me, healing my mind and body. With each cleansing breath, every cell, tissue, and organ is infused with wholeness. Restored and renewed through this power, I rest in this silence. God is the source of my infinite supply. I am grateful for this flow of abundance in my life. As I release any lingering thought of lack of limitation, I tap into this wellspring of abundance at the core of my being. I have everything I need: time, talent, resources, and divine ideas, inspiration, and creativity. I affirm this abundance for myself as well as for others in this moment. I am a channel for love and an instrument of peace. I connect my heart and mind with all life, and I visualize a world at peace. Although other parts of the world may seem distant and separate from me, I know that I am in truth, that we are one. I choose to radiate peace to all humankind in everything I think, say, and do. In this way, I contribute to a global consciousness of peace, a consciousness of compassion, understanding, and kindness. In joy, harmony, tranquility, and love, I affirm world peace now, in this moment of silence. Re-energized and revitalized, we breathe in deeply and exhale. We are guided constantly by the light. This sacred time of meditation has united us in a higher state of consciousness and has generated positive change in our world. As we return to the activities of the day, we do so with a greater sense of purpose, in harmony with ourselves, our lives, and others. And in this we say, thank you, Spirit, and so it is. And now as you start to gently bring your awareness back to this time and space, we get to hear the beautiful music of Jennifer Hart.
If you believe within your heart, you'll know no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you know it's yours courage to live your whole life through. If you believe in yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in yourself as God believes in you, believe that you can go home, believe you can float on air, then click your heels 3 times. If you believe, then you'll be there. Believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic right there in your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to, but believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself as God believes in you.
Thank you, Jennifer. That was beautiful. So, did you pick? You'll pick up the well situation, but my title, "How Deep Is Your Well?" that should give it away right away, right? Yeah. So today we get to explore how deeply we're connected to our source and how it is our choice how deep we will go. Sri Bhagavan states, "There is no prerequisites to experience grace other than a personal relationship with the divine." So how much grace are you experiencing in your life right now? Grace is defined as an unmerited divine assistance given to humans for their regeneration and sanctification, and it's a virtue then that comes from God. Unmerited divine assistance. In other words, it's there for our use. We don't have to do anything to receive it. We don't have to do anything to receive grace, except simply allow it into our lives. It's a virtue coming from God. And so this is our opportunity then to reach into that divine connection and allow more grace into our lives. So I'll ask you again, how deep is your well? And I use this metaphor because wells come in different sizes and shapes and depths, and what is right for one person might not serve another. When we see a well from above the ground, we have no idea of its depth or how much water is in it. All we see is the outer structure. And until we start to venture a little bit closer, we begin to explore the well in a little more detail, get a little closer and a little closer. Its outer appearance is our only experience of it until we take that opportunity. Therefore, we tend to describe and judge this outer experience, as what it is. Oh, it's just a well, just a well. Then we get a little closer. Maybe we drop a coin in the well and we make a wish. 3 coins in a fountain, anybody? Remember that? Possibly we listen for the sound of the coin hitting the water, or no water at all. Only a solid surface as it hits the ground. So again, we make a judgment on that experience. Is it any more true than the judgment we had before we dropped the coin in the well? Not so much. So finally we go to the edge of the well, and we see the water down there. And I happen to live in Mexico, and we use what's known as a cistern or a pila. And so we do fill that well, and we just had it filled yesterday. And so I was looking to make sure where the water line was. And so I didn't even realize that until just now, but how funny is that? But sometimes we notice it seems rather deep, but we can't see the bottom. Maybe it's some kind of an optical illusion that we're looking at. Or maybe, just maybe, it's bottomless. Limitless. So now, even though we've gone to the well and we've seen the water, there are days we go to the well to draw the water and not that much comes out. It seems as if our wells have gone dry. And on those days, we could despair, or we could prime the pump. Most of our learning and growth in life comes not from the good times, but rather from the difficult times. During the good period, we're happy, and therefore we don't want anything to change. But it's during the bad times when we're a little bit unhappy maybe, when the status quo is not what we want it to be, that's when we learn how to change things, how to make the world better than it is. When life throws challenges at us, we have a choice. We can feel sorry for ourselves and cry and complain. Why me? Or we could stop and say to ourselves, what can I do given the new circumstances that have arisen? So I once asked a wise person whom I used to approach for advice. And I said, where do you get such good judgment from? Their answer, good judgment comes from bad experiences. And a story that illustrates this is the donkey and the well. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, but I think that it bears repeating in this obstacle. And if you haven't heard it yet, it's a wonderful story. So one day, a donkey fell down the well. The animal cried and whined for hours while his owner tried to figure out a way to get him out and what to do. Finally, the farmer decided that since the animal was old anyway and the well was no longer producing water, maybe it just needed to be covered up. That's the reaction. I was expecting it. He just buried that old donkey right there in the well. So he got a shovel and he started filling in the well. And the donkey kept wailing and wailing, and then it fell silent. And after an hour of furious shoveling, the farmer paused to rest. And to his amazement, he saw that old donkey jump out of the pit and run away. Because at first, when the donkey realized what was happening, he cried even more piteously. But then the wise animal hit upon a plan. As each shovel filled the dirt on his back, he would shake it off and take a step up, growing on the mound of earth. And eventually the mound grew high enough for him to jump out of the well. Don't we love a happy ending? So here's the thing. Life is going to shovel dirt on you. All kinds of dirt. The trick is getting out of the well and to shake it off and to take a step up. And we can get out of the deepest pits by not stopping and never giving up. Just by shaking it off and taking a step forward. So how do we do this? Simple answer, with our connection to the divine. And it is this connection that sustains us when we think all is lost. It is the well of truth that, when listened to from the heart, will guide us in the direction that we need to take. So there's an old song by the Kingston Trio entitled Desert Pete. We got a video? Awesome, so we're gonna listen to it. Yay! We're gonna play the video right now, so enjoy. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're gonna do a test, okay. Testing, 1, 2. I keep wanting to call it whiskey.
They say don't go on Wolverton Mountain if you're looking for a wife. Cause Clifton Clowers has a pretty young daughter. He's mighty handy with a gun and a knife. Her tender.
No problem. So again, it is by the Kingston Trio and it is titled Desert Peace. Again, take a listen to it when you get a chance because it's just a fun little song. So the gist is that a man is heading across the desert, and long ago he has run out of water, and he's in the middle of the desert and he has nothing to sustain him. And he sat down on a rock to rest. And when he sat down, he noticed there was a water pump. And of course, he just assumed that it was a mirage because he was delirious from not having the water. So then he saw a can with a note in it saying that the pump was old, but it still worked, and that there was a bottle of water under the rock that can be used to prime the pump. The man thought, I'm so thirsty, and that pump doesn't look like it's going to work. And he was tempted to drink the water in the jar. But the note went on to say, have faith, my friend. There's water down there below. You've got to give before you get. Signed, Desert Pete. So he used the water to prime the pump, and he began pumping, and soon all the water he needed sprang from the well. He drank to his heart's content, and then he thanked the Lord. He thanked the pump, and then he thanked old Desert Pete. My favorite part of the song is the chorus, which says, you've got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe. You've got to give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. So drink all the water that you can hold, wash your face to your toes, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. So what can we glean from this song, other than we had a little fun with it? Here was a desperate man in the desert thinking he had no hope, even believing that the well was a mirage. And how many times has God sent us that lifeline, that lifeboat, and we've asked for it, and He's sent it for us to think at the time that our prayers were not being answered. Remember the story about the boat, the guy in the boat that keeps sending the people, and he gives, no, that's not it. So then where do we start to believe, only to be confronted by these questions of fear that crop up? Like believing that you need to use the water in the bottle to prime the pump rather than drinking it thirstily. The water, of course, in this case, means faith. The faith that the answers will be provided, that the pump will have its willingness to do what we need it to do, that our opportunity for growth, when primed, will produce all that we need and more. Again, from the chorus, you've got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe. You've got to give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. And what I take this to mean is you have to give of yourself to the divine. You have to open up to the receiving before the water is poured onto you. And Ernest Holmes puts it this way, as we quoted earlier, how much am I able to receive? As much as you believe. So it's in the opening that we receive. It's in that opening that our thirst for truth, for the answers to those difficult questions is quenched. And it's then when we are open that we can drink all the water that we can hold. We can proverbially wash from our face to our feet. So when we've made this connection at this deep level, it is then that we can leave the bottle full for others. Because we have so much that it spills out, and then we can bless others with it. And of course, a hallmark of our acceptance is the gratitude for the understanding, giving thanks for all that is known and all that is yet to be known. And I think most of us are old enough to remember another story about a well in which baby Jessica McClure fell down in 1987. And as the world was transfixed on the unfolding story, that the thing that struck with me most is that baby Jessica was singing as she was trapped. Even the loud sounds of the rescue machinery, when they were jarring her and moving her about, she still continued to sing. And the rescue workers remember it so clearly. One of them saying, we would call words of encouragement to her, and when we would stop, she would sing. And we know the outcome of this story has a happy ending. But we can take from it that little baby Jessica, 18 months old at the time, was still in her purest state of connection. With all the commotion going on around her and above her and everywhere, she sang. She said that she was in a state of grace. She was receiving that divine assistance. And in the innocence of her being, she did not confuse the outer with the inner world of effects. And blessedly, the world had not yet intervened in her consciousness and tried to negate her truth with a capital T. So how many of us are on the outside looking in? Although we wanted the best, when we were there in that moment watching our TVs and glued to that moment, we wanted the best outcome. But I think a lot of us maybe doubted that it would happen that way. So how many of us watching this unfold believed she wouldn't be rescued in time? And we can learn from this little being, from this experience. In those moments when doubt may creep in and separation happens, we need to prime the pump. With whatever faith and belief that we can muster, we need to go within and reconnect. And when asked about the experience much later as she was in her teens, Jessica's response was, "Couldn't cage me in then, why should it cage me in now?" Indeed, why should any of us live trapped in a cage? These words by Jack Addington entitled, "God is the only power in my life, help us to remember from whence we came." And I quote, "God is the only power in my life. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life within me. I am a perfect child of the divine, and nothing that anyone has ever done or said can interfere with my divine inheritance. The power of God is greater than any circumstance in my life. The strength of God is mine to use. Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy, I discover that all I need is within me right here and right now. And as I forgive the past, I find that I have nothing to atone for and nothing to run away from. Casting off the old me, I discover my true self. I take dominion of my life. Old habits have no power over me. Conditions have no power over me. I take dominion. I am whole. I am free. I am complete now and forever." So how deep is your well? How deep is your God? And you know what? It's your lifelong journey to find out. That's why we're all here, right now. And it is our blessed opportunity to allow our well to be deep and filled with all that the divine can offer. Joel Goldsmith in The Healing states, "Spiritual healing is the result of the direct contact of an individual with the center of his consciousness." So when we touch this place within our own being, healing then naturally occurs. It follows. And if someone asks for help, that one receives a healing, as we discussed when we did the prayer at the prayer box. No words, treatment, argument, affirmations, or denials are necessary in spiritual healing. The only requirement is that we become still, that we silence our other senses and go deep within our being and feel ourselves at the center of this consciousness. Then is where the connection is made. A feeling within us will then become evident, and we will know that that healing has been accomplished. He goes on to say, "The search for a power outside ceases as we realize our oneness. We rely more and more on the divinity of our own being to govern, protect, and maintain us. We learn to turn to the kingdom of God within for all of our needs. And in proportions as we stop looking to persons, circumstances, and conditions for our good, does the infinite good unfold within our own being. No longer do we find it necessary to rely on any outside sources for our health, our wealth, nor even look to a divine love somewhere outside of ourselves to meet our human needs. Divine love is the very soul of our being. There is only one life, and that life is my life now." So I'm going to invite you to call a little call of action for the week. And here's something that I'm going to invite you to do. Invite the divine into your life this week as a beloved friend. Set the extra place at the table. Make ready the extra chair. Talk to the divine like an old friend that you haven't seen in a very long time. Tell them everything, your hopes, your dreams, your worries. Lay your soul bare And then open your heart to receive. Picture yourself diving into that limitless well with your beloved friend. It's the well of receptivity. Receive the love, the blessings, and the grace. I'm going to invite you to say this affirmation with me. I'll say it once and then we'll repeat it. God is the only power in my life. God is the only power in my life. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within me. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within me. I am a perfect child of God. I am a perfect child of God. And so it is. Thank you. And now we get to listen to the wonderful Jennifer Hart again. Yay!
You will do amazing things with each choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, and you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. You amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
Now we will be, there we go. Okay, we want to celebrate the Unity's 5 basic principles that express our core beliefs. They are, number 1, God is all good in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. And number 3, I create my experiences, but I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. Number 5, I do and give my best by living the truth that I know I make a difference. And this is the time when we practice the principle of giving and receiving. Let's hold our gift in our hands as we say our offering. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we have our blessings. Okay. Also, we have blessing envelopes if you would like to keep track for tax purposes, and those will be on the table in the back. And remember that the act of giving is the purest form. It is a fundamental law of life. It's the core principle on which creation stands. What we give is what we create in our lives. We align with the universal principle when we give without expecting anything in return. And our church is solely funded through the generous love donations, and your financial support is greatly appreciated. You can donate many ways. You can text 77977 in the message Unity of OC Give. You can go to our website at unity.com, or you can mail to 25310 Moulton Parkway, Suite O, Box 533, L92637. And we'd like to ask Reverend Allison to bless the offerings.
So let's just take a moment and recognize these gifts that have been brought forth, and that we know that they are pressed down and that they are multiplying even as we speak. For it is in the giving that we receive. So we say thank you as it helps our ministry and helps our community and our world at large. Thank you, and so it is.
So today is the first Sunday of the month, which means we have maybe birthdays. Do we have any June birthdays out there? Yay! Okay, Joseph. And we like to do a little sing along. Oh, and of course, Diane. Yes. So we have Joseph, Diane. Do we have anyone else? Waver. Well, wow. We need to give her a big happy birthday for all she does here. Okay. And if you would play happy birthday for us?
Do we sing to the June babies?
Yes.
Since there's so many, okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear babies. Happy birthday to you. And do we have any guests here for the first time? Anyone that wants to oh, good, oh, great, okay. Well, we never want to embarrass you or anything. We just want to bless you. So let us bless them by saying, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate, and we behold the Christ in you. And please join us for hospitality. We always have this wonderful time for you to meet and greet and get to know each other better. We also have visitor forms that are on the table, and have a really grateful week. And now we will have the peace song and the prayer for protection.
take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let's see. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am. And altogether, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.